Who's there?
Say what? Here's Horatio there!
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What? Has this thing appeared again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Horatio says it is but our fantasy.
Hush, hush. 'Twill not appear. Well, sit we down.
Peace break thee off! Look what comes again!
Oh, in the same figure as the king that is dead!
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Looks he not like the king mocking, Horatio?
Most like. It harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoken to.
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of very Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak.
It is offended.
See, it stalks away again.
Speak! By heaven, I charge thee. In what particular thought to work, I know not. But in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state.
I think it be no other than he himself.
But soft, behold, lo! Where it comes again! How crosseth thou blasphemy? Stay! Illusion. If thou hast any sound, or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good deed to be done that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily foreknowing may avoid, speak of it. Stay and speak. Stay! Stop it, Marcellus. Break we our watch up, and upon my advice let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to him.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us be fitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far, at discretion fought with nature that we, with wisest sorrow, think on him. Therefore, our sometime sister, and our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, taken to wife. For all, our thanks. Now, Laertes, what is it with you? You told us of some suit. What wilt thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France.
You have your father's leave. What say you, Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by labor's petition, and at last upon his will, I sealed my heart consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Laertes, take thy fair hour. Time be thine. And now, my cousin Hamlet, and my son.
Little more than kin, less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Good Hamlet, cast thy night and colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend doth Denmark. Do not forever with thy failure seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis coming. All that live must die, passing from nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems? Madam, nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not my inky cloak alone, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath. No, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected havior in the visage, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passes show, these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
While it is sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father, you must know that your father lost a father, that father lost his. Therefore, we pray to the earth that you cast aside this unprevailing woe, and think of us as a father, for let the world take note. You are most immediate to our throne. As for your intent in returning to school at Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire. Our chiefest courtier cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall, in all my best, obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a fair and loving reply. Be as ourselves in Denmark, madam. Come.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh, God. God! How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it! Aye, that it should come to this. But 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother. Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, and yet within a month. Let me not think on it. Frailty, my name is woman. A little month or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body, like Niobe, all tears, why she, even she. God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother. But no more like my father than I to Hercules. Within a month she married. Most wicked speed, to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good, but break my heart, or I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I'm glad to see you well. Horatio! I do forget myself!
The same, my good lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, I'll change that name with you. Oh. Marcellus!
My good lord.
I'm very glad to see you well. Good evening, sir, but what in faith make you from Wittenberg?
Oh, true in disposition, good my lord.
I would not hear your enemies say so. I know you are no truant. But what is your affair here in Elsinore?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Prithee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. But I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king. Your father.
The king? My father?
Season your admiration for a while, till I may deliver upon the witness of this gentleman this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear!
2 nights. Had this gentleman, Marcellus, on his watch in the dead wastes in the middle of the night been thus encountered, a figure, like your father, armed at point exactly cap a pay, appears before him, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by him. This to me in dreadful secrecy in part he did, and I with him the 3rd night kept the watch, where each word made true and good. The apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
I did, my lord, but answer made it none. Yet once methought it lifted up its head and did address itself to motion like as it would speak. But even then the morning cock crew loud, and at the very sound of it vanished from our sight.
It's very strange.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true.
Indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you?
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe?
My lord, from head to foot.
Then saw you not his face?
Oh, yes, my lord, he wore his beaver up.
Looked he frowningly?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
I would I had been there. Stayed it long?
Well, one with moderate haste might tell 100.
Longer.
Not when I saw
I
it.
will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again.
Aye, I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. So fare you well. Upon the platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
My duty to your honor.
Your loves is mine to you. Farewell. My father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night will come. Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth overwhelm them to men's eyes.
My
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell, sister, and let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and the trifling of his favor, hold it not permanent. Sweet, not lasting. The perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more, but so.
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear his greatness being weighed. His will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. Then if he says he loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe it, as he, in his particular act and place, may give his saying deed, which is no further than the main voice of Denmark goes withal. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs. Keep in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. The chariest maid is prodigal enough if she unmask her beauty to the moon.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whiles like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not, I stay too long. But here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave.
Yeah, Laertes, aboard! For shame! The wind is in the shoulder of your sail and you were stayed for.
Ah, there, my blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory look thou, character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought to that. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. The friends thou hast, and their adoptions tried, grapple them unto thy soul with hoops of steel. Beware of entrance into a quarrel, but being in, bear it, that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thine ear, few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not express it in rich fancy. Not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither are borrower nor lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend. And borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. And this above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing sees in this, in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
Oh, Laertes, oh.
Farewell, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is it, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you and yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. What between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection. You speak like a green girl.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
Fashion, you may call it. Go to.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Ah, springs to catch woodcocks. I do know. When the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, give more light than heat, must not take for fire. From this time, be something scanter of your maiden presence. I would not, from this time forth, have you so slander a moment of leisure to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
Aye. It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, 'tis struck.
Indeed. Oh, I heard it not. Then it draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blasts from hell. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King, Father, Royal Dane, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements. Why the sepulchre hath oped its ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may this mean? That thou, dead corse, again complete, still revisits thus the glimpses of the moon, making night hideous. Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it's some empowerment that you alone desire.
It waves you to a more removed ground, but do not go with it.
No, no, my lord, by no means.
You will not speak, then I will follow.
My lord, you shall not.
It waves me still. Go on, I'll follow thee.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
Be ruled, my lord, you shall not go.
Hand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit to thus obey him.
Have after. To what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is close. When I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Any may not. But lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
Thou art bound to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, condemned for a term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fire, until the foul crimes committed in my days of nature are burnt and purged away! Oh, list, Hamlet, list! If ever thy dear father loved,
God!
Revenge his most foul and unnatural murder!
Murder!
Aye, murder most foul, which in the best it is, but this most foul and strange and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, here. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my garden a serpent struck me. So the whole year of Denmark was, by a false process of my death, rankly abused. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that struck thy father's life now wears his crown.
My prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous and adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wits, with traitorous gifts, won to a shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off there was. But soft. Methinks I smell the morning air. Brief let me be. Sleeping within my orchard, my habit always of the afternoon, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed henbane in a vial, and in the porches of mine ear did pour the leprous distilment, whose effect holds such enmity with the blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it does pus and incur the thin and wholesome blood. So was I sleeping, by my brother's hand, of life, of crown, and of queen at once dispatched, cut off in the blossom of my sins, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, horrible, most horrible. If thou hast nature in thee, suffer it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark become a couch of luxury and damned incest. But howsoever that pursue this act, take not thy mind nor contrive thy soul against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to the thorns that lodged in her bosom to prick and sting her. Farewell at last. Adieu. 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 Remember me.
Remember thee? Aye, our poor ghost, remember thee? Yea, from my tables of memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, and thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain. Oh, most pernicious woman, villain, villain, smiling damned villain. My tables, needed as I set it down that one may smile and be a villain. At least I may be sure it is so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Touching this vision here, 'tis an honest ghost. That let me tell you. For your desire to know what is between us overmastered as you may. And now, good friends, as you are friends, scholars and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord?
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it, upon my sword.
Swear!
Well said, old no can work in the earth so fast. Come on, you hear this fellow in the cellarage, consent to swear.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Come hither, gentlemen. Lay your hands again upon my sword. Swear, upon my sword, never to speak of this that thou hast heard.
Swear upon his sword!
Boy, sayest thou so? Art thou there, true Penny?
Day and night, this is wondrous strange.
Therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy. But come, here, as before, never, so help you mercy, how strange or odd soever I bear myself, as I, perchance hereafter, shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, that at such time seeing me never shall, with arms encumbered thus, or this head shake, or such ambiguous giving out to note you know aught of me, this not to do. So grace and mercy at your most need help you.
Swear!
Rest, rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love I do commend me to you. Let us go in together and still your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Oh, my lord, I have been so frightened.
With what in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet with his doublet all embraced, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and perfect, as if he had been lucid out of how to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand less o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as they would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last he raised a sigh so piteous and profound as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. With that done, he lets me go. And with his head over his shoulder turning, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their helps, and to the last spended their light on me.
Come, I will seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love. I'm sorry. What have you given him? Any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. I feared he did but trifle, and meant to wreck thee. Oh, but beshrew my jealousy. Come, go we to the king. This must be known. Come. My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be. Why, day is day, night is night. Time is time. We're nothing to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad, call I it, for defying true madness. What is it but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear, I use no art at all, that he is mad. 'Tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis bidding. And pity, 'tis true. I have a daughter. Have her while she is mine. In her duty and obedience, Ma hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautiful Ophelia.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Dear madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt that the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have no art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. Oh, most best believe it. Adieu. Hamlet, this in obedience my daughter hath shown me.
How hath she received his love?
Well, when I saw this hot love on the wing, I went round to work. My young mistress, thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star. This must not be. I then prescripts gave her that she should lock herself in his resort, admit no messengers, receive no token, which done, she received the fruits of my advice. And then he repelled. Oh, a short tale to make. Fell into a sadness, then a fast, thence a watch, thence a weakness, thence a likeness, and by this declension into the madness where now he raves. And we all mourn for.
You think 'tis this?
Take this from this, if this be otherwise.
How shall we pursue this further?
Well, you know how he walks for hours together here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At which time I will loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind the arrowist. Mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not fallen from his reason fell and thereon, let me be no assistant to his state, but keep a farm and carpet.
We shall try it.
Away, I beseech you both away. I will board him suddenly. Oh, give me leave. How do you do, my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God have mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent well, you are a fishmonger.
No, not me, my lord.
And I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, yes, my lord.
Aye, sir. For in this world, to be honest, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a god, kissing carrion. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter? Yet he knew me not at first. He thought I was a fishmonger. Oh, fishmonger. He's gone, far gone. And truly in my youth, I experienced a suffrage of love very near this. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words. Words.
What's the matter, my lord?
Between who?
The matter in which you read.
Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, and they have a plentiful lack of wit. I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am. If like a crab you could go backward.
Though this be madness, There's method in it. Would you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that would be out of the air. How pregnant his replies sometimes are. I will most humbly take my leave of you, my lord.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything I would more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
God save you, sir.
If you seek the Lord Hamlet, there he is.
My most honored lord.
My dear lord.
My excellent good friends. How dost thou, Guildenstern, Rosencrantz?
Aye.
Good lads, how do you both? What news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown most honest.
Then is doomsday near? But your news is not true. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune, that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then, 'tis none to you. For there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Why, then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh, God. I could be bound in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not I had bad dreams. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Beggar that I am. I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you. Were you not sent for? Is it a free visitation? Is it your own inclining? Come, you'll justly with me. Come, they speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything. But to the purpose you were sent for. And there is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you, by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no. What say you? Nay, then I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me nothing but a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, look you, the air, this brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire, why, it appeareth no thing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason! How infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet, man delights not me. No woman neither, though by his smiling I seem to say so.
My lord, I had no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why then did you laugh when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We courted them on the way.
What players are there?
Oh, even those you are wont to take such delight in. The tragedians of the city.
You are welcome to Elsinore, your hands. Come then, you are welcome. But my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
My lord, I have news for you.
My lord, I have news for you. When Roscius was an actor,
My lord, the actors come hither.
Buzz!
Yes, these are the best actors in the world for either comedy, tragedy, history, pastoral, historical, comical, tragical, comical,
Tragical,
historical, pastoral,
comical.
comical, historical, pastoral, scene, undividable, poem, unlimited. These are the only men.
You are welcome, welcome all. I'm glad to see thee well. My young lady and mistress. I heard thee speak me a speech once. 'Twas Aeneas's tale to Dido. If it live in your memory, say on. Come to Hecuba.
But who? Ah, woe! Had seen the mobled queen.
Mobled queen, mobled queen, mobled queen, that's good.
Shh! Run barefoot, up and down, threatening the flame with piston rule. A clout upon that head where late the diadem stood. And for a robe about her lank and all our team loins, a blanket in the alarm of fear caught up. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport and mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the gods.
This well. I'll have you sneak me out the rest soon. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzaga? We'll have it tomorrow night. You could for a need study a speech of some dozen or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in it, could you not?
I'm out.
Very well. Follow that lord and look you mock him not. So goodbye to you. Now I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit, that from her working, all his visage wane, and all for nothing? For what? For Hecuba? What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do, had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my pain across, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie of the throat, as deep as to the lungs? Who does me this, huh? Swoons. I should take it. For it cannot be but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall. Oh, bloody body villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! What an ass am I! This is most brave. The son of a dear father murdered, prompted to his revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. The murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players here play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If it do blench, I know my course. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Can you by no drift of circumstance get from him why he puts on this dangerous and turbulent lunacy?
He does confess he finds himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Did you essay him to any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out certain players we all wrought with on the way, of these we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear it. They have been ordered to play before him this night.
'Tis most true. And he did beseech me to entreat your majesties to see and hear the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to see that he is so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge, and drive his purposes to these delights.
We will, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may hear affront Ophelia.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do hope that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness, and so shall I hope your virtues bring him to his wonted way again. Do both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read upon this book, so such an exercise may color your loneliness. Oh, I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream! Aye, there's the rub! For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, a proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardels bear? To grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, and fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment, with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. But soft you now. The fair Ophelia. Then, in thy horizons be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long and long to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No. Not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, yet I could accuse me of such things. It would be better my mother had not borne me. What should such fellows as I do, growing between earth and heaven? Be your arrant babes, all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
If thou dost marry...
Oh, do you mock that?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head in your lap.
You are merry, my lord.
Why, what should a man do but be merry? For look you how cheerfully my mother looks. And my father's died within 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Nay then, let the devil wear black for all the suitor sables. Died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet. And there's a hope a great man's memory may outlive his life. Half a year.
Full 30 times has Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune's salt wash and Tellus' orbed ground. Since love did our hearts, and Hymen did our hands unite commutual in most sacred bands.
So many journeys, may the sun and moon make us again count, or ere love be done.
5th, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and happily one is kind for husband
Oh,
shall...
confound the rest. Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first.
What? I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine after we break. So think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Nor earth to me give food, nor heaven light, if once a widow I ever be wife.
'Tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
Madam, how you like this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No offense in the world. They do but jest. Poison in jest.
What do you call the play?
The Mousetrap. The play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the Duke's name, his wife Baptista. You shall see anon. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. Let the galled jade wince, our withers are unwrung. This is one Lucianus, brother to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets dallying. Begin, murderer! Leave thy damnable faces and begin! A croaking raven doth bellow for revenge.
Throats black, hands apt, drug spit in time agreeing. Thou rank mixture of midnight herbs gathered, thrice by Hecate's band blasted, thrice infected, thy own magical nature and dire properties, the wholesome life, usurp immediately.
Poisons him in the garden for his estate. His name's Gonzago, the story's extant, written in very choice Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
What, frighted with false fire?
So fares my lord.
Give all the play.
Give me some light! Away!
Lights! Lights!
Here
Lights!
go weep the hard ungalled play. For some must watch while some must sleep. Thus runs the world away. Oh, good Horatio. I'll take the ghost word for £1,000. It's perceived.
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poison.
My lord, I did very well note.
Come, some music, come.
Yes.
The recorders.
Good my lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir,
Aye. Sir, what of him?
is in his retirement marvelous distempered.
With drink, sir?
No, my lord, with choler.
Your wisdom would show itself more richer to signify this to the doctor.
My lord, start not so wildly from my affair.
I am tame, sir. Pronounce.
The queen your mother hath sent me to you.
She wishes to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey, were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you did love me once.
And do still, by these pickers and stealers. Why do you go about to recover the wind of me?
Oh, my lord, if my duty be too bold, my love is too unmannerly.
Do not well understand that. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
'Tis easy as lying. Govern these ventages with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass. Splud. You think I'm easy to be played upon that pipe? Call me what instrument you will. Though you can fret me, yet you cannot play upon me. God bless you, sir.
My lord, the queen will speak with you, and presently.
Dost thou see yonder cloud that's in the shape of a camel?
But it is in shape, a camel indeed.
Methinks it's like a weasel.
Back then like a weasel,
Or like a whale.
very much like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bent. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. Now is the very witching time of night when churchyards yawn Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. Soft. Now it's my mother. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none.
He is off to his mother's closet. Behind the arras, I'll convey myself to hear the process. Fare you well, my liege. I will call upon you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lord. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It has the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray, can I not? What form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder? This cannot be. Since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder, my crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. Try what repentance can. What can it not? Yet what can it, when one cannot repent? O wretched state! O bosom black as death! O limed soul struggling to be free, art more engaged. Help, angels! Make essay. Bow stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel. Be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat? Now is a praying, and now I'll do it, and so it goes to heaven. And so am I revenged? Why, that would be scant. A villain kills my father, and I, this same villain, do send to heaven. Why, this is hire and salary, not revenge. Up, sword, and know thou more horrid hent when he is drunk, asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at game of swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it. Then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as black and damned as hell where to it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look you lay hold to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with. Mother. I'll silence me even here. Mother, pray you, be round with him.
I warned you,
Mother.
hear me not.
Be round.
Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
Oh, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those two that can speak.
Come, sit you down. You budge not. You shall not go till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Oh, help!
Help! A rat! Dead for a ducat!
No!
Dead!
I am slain!
What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what rash and bloody deed is this?
A bloody deed, almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Lady, here was my word. wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell! I took thee for thy better, take thy fortune! Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall be made a penetrable stuff.
What have I done, that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dice's oath.
I mean, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look, here, upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated here upon this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself. An eye like Mars, to threaten and command. A station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill. A combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. This is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday and the blood is tame. It's humbled and waits upon the judgment. What devil was it that had gotten you at Hoodman blind? Oh, shame. Where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, the flaming youth let virtue be as wax, and melt in her own fire.
Oh, Hamlet, speak to me no more. These...
But to live in the rank sweat of an seemed dead.
Oh, these words like daggers into mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A villain, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious item stole and put in his pocket. A king of shreds and patches. Save me, and hover over me with your wings. You heavenly gods, what would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Have you not come your tardy son to chide? Oh, say!
Do not forget. Visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look on your mother. Amazement on her sits. Step between herself and her warring soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse. Whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Look you, how pale it glares! Do not look upon me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effects.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is I see.
Why, look you now where he goes, how he steals away! My father, in his habit as he lived. Look you, where he goes even now out the portal.
The very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy? My pulse is yours to temperately keep time and makes this helpful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Put me to the test, and I will reword which madness would gamble from. Lay not that flattering unction to your soul, which your trespass, not my madness, speaks. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Good night, mother. But go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Once more, good night. And when thou art desirous to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you. For this same Lord, I do repent. I will bestow him and will answer well the death I gave him. Once again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worse remains behind. Good night, mother.
Sent to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous is it that this man goes loose? Yet we cannot put the strong law on him. He is loved by the distracted multitude. How now? What hath befallen?
Where the body is bestowed, my lord, he will not say.
But where is he?
Without. Guarded to know your pleasure.
Bring him before us.
Oh, Guildenstern, bring in my lord!
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are eaten at him. Your emperor is your only worm for diet.
What dost thou mean by this? Where is Polonius?
In heaven! Send thither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But, indeed, if you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
You will stay till you come.
Hamlet, this deed, for thine especial safety, which we do tender, as we dearly grieve, for what thou hast done, must send thee hence. Therefore prepare thyself. The bark is ready, and everything is bent for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet.
Good.
So is it, if thou knewest our purposes.
I see a cherub that sees them. But come, for England.
And England, by love thou holdest off, thou mayest not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports in full with letters congruing to that effect the present death of Hamlet.
Majesty,
I will not speak with
she
her.
is importunate. Indeed, distract, her mood will needs be pitied.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her father. 'Twere good she were spoken with, for she may strew dangerous conjectures and ill-breeding minds. Let her come in.
My own sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some great amiss.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Home now, Ophelia.
How should I, our true love, from another one, by his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoon?
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you? Nay, pray you mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone. Oh!
Alas, my lord, look here.
How do you do, pretty lady?
Well, beguiled you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. So we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon her father.
Pray you, let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, only in the morning we time. And I am made at your window to be your Valentine. The dobby rose and donkeys rose and to the chamber door. That in the moonlight out of may never depart and more.
Pretty Ophelia.
Oh, indeed, law, without an oath, I'll make an end of it. By Joseph, by St. Charity, a lack and fight for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By cock, they are to blame. Cool tree, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep to think that they would lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Horatio, give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, it is the poison of deep grief. It all springs from her father's death, and now, behold. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not as single spies, but in battalions.
Where is this king? O thou vile king, give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard.
What is it, Laertes, that makes your rebellion seem so giant-like? Speak, man.
Where is my father?
Dead.
Oh, but not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Laertes, if you truly desire to know the reason for your father's death, you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser?
None but his enemies.
You will know them then.
To his good friends thus wide I'll open my arms.
Now you speak like a good child, a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it, will level to your judgment peer as day does to your eye.
Oh, Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh heavens, 'tis possible a young maid's wits should be as mortal as an old man's life.
They bore him barefaced and on the bier, and in his grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my love, fare you well. There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray you, love, remember. And there's pansies. That's for thoughts.
A document in madness.
Here's fennel for you and columbine. Here's rue for you. And here's some for me. We may call her Begrace Sundays. Oh, you must wear your rue with a difference. Here's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all in my father died. But they say he made a good end. For bonny sweet Robin is all my joy.
Thoughts and afflictions, passion, hell itself, she turns pain into prettiness.
And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead, go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. God have mercy on his soul. And of all Christian souls, I pray God, God be with you.
Do you see this? Oh God!
Laertes, I must commune with your grief or you deny me right.
No noble right nor formal ostentation, cry to be heard as 'twere heaven to earth. This I must call in question.
So you shall. Where the offense lies, let the great axe fall.
But tell me, why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful, so capital in nature, that by your safety, wisdom, greatness, all things else, you mainly were stirred up.
Oh, for two special reasons, which to you must seem much unsinewed, but to me they are strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks. And as for myself, she is so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves not, but in his sphere I could not but by her. The other motive why to a public accounting I could not go, due to the love the general gender bear him.
Then I have a noble father lost, a sister driven to desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
Lose not your sleeps for that. We shall speak of this further. Know this. We loved your father, and we love ourselves.
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet? From whence did they come?
From sailors, my lord, they say. I know not.
Laertes, you shall hear this. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall first asking your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what does this mean?
Know you the hand?
Yes, it is Hamlet's character, naked and in a postscript here, alone. Can you devise me?
I am lost in it. But let him come, that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
Will you be ruled by me?
Aye. So you do not all rule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. Hamlet comes back. What wilt thou do to prove yourself your father's son in deed, more than in words?
To cut his throat to the church.
We'll bring you in fine together and place a wager on your heads. He being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foil, so that, with ease or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and requite him for your father.
I will do it. I'll touch my point with this contagion, that if I go him but slightly, it may be death.
Let's think of this further. We shall place a solemn wager on your cunnings, and when in your motion you are hot and dry, and he calls for drink, I shall prefer him a chalice for the nonce, whereupon but sipping. If he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there.
One more doth tread upon another's haste, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? But where?
There's a riddle. Grows askance the brook, that shows us hoary leaves in the glassy stream. Which fantastic garlands did she make? There, on the pendant bough, her crowned weeds clambering to hang an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide and mermaid black, while they bore her up. At which time she chanted snatches of old lords. But long it could not be till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy dead.
Alas, then she is drowned.
Drowned, drowned.
Too much of water hast thou for Ophelia. Therefore I forbid my tears. Yet it is our trick, nature her custom holds, shame say well it will. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, save that this folly drowns it.
Come, Gertrude. Let's follow.
How long will a man lie in the earth, ere he rot?
Faith! They not rotten before he died. A man will last you some 8 or 9 years. A tanner will last you 9.
Are he more than another?
Why, sir, his hide is so tanned from his trade, he'll keep out a great while. Here's a skull now. 1 second. Here's a skull. This skull is lean yawn in the earth some 23 years. Here.
Whose was it?
Poor son. Bad fellow it was. He once poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head. This same skull, sir, Yorick's skull. King's jester, eh?
This?
Ain't that?
Let me see. Yes. Oh, Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Here hung those lips I have kissed, I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment I will want to set the table on a roll. Now get you to my lady's chamber, and tell her let her paint an inch thick. To this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What is it, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked at his fashion in the earth?
Even so, my lord.
And smelt so? Ha!
Even so.
To what base uses we may return, Horatio? Why not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander till he find it stopping a bunghole? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. That earth which kept the world in awe should patch a wall to expel the winter's flaw. So, aside, here comes the king. Claudius, who is this they follow?
What ceremony else?
It is Laertes, a very noble youth, mark.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. A ministering angel shall my sister be.
The fair Ophelia.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I thought thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked sweet maid, not to have strewn thy grave.
Oh, trebled woe! Full 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off the earth a while!
It is he whose grief conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded heroes. This is I, Hamlet the Dane!
The devil take your soul!
Prayest not well! I prithee take thy fingers from my throat, for I have in me something dangerous. Hold off your hand!
For the love of God, forbear him.
I will fight with him upon this theme. I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers with all their quantity of love could not make up my sum. What wilt thou do?
Oh, he is mad, Laertes.
Soon, show me what thou do. Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself, would eat crocodile. I'll do it. Dost thou come here to whine? To outface me by leaping in her grave? Be buried quick with her, and so will I.
This is a mere madness.
Hear you, sir. What is the reason you use me thus? I loved you ever, but it is no matter. And Hercules himself, do what he may, the cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
Shall put the matter to the present push. Good Gertrude, keep watch over your son.
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Up from my cabin, groped I to find out them, and to unseal their grand commission where I found good Horatio, royal knavery, an exact command that not to stay the grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off. I sat me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair, an earnest conjuration from the king, and upon the view and knowing of these contents, he should the bearers put to death.
So Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go to it.
Why, man, they did make love to this employment. But I'm very sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself. For that, by the image of my cause, I see the portraiture of his.
Soft. Who comes here?
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir.
Sweet lord, if you're at leisure, I should impart to you a thing from his majesty.
I will receive it, sir, with all diligence of spirit.
Here is newly come to court Laertes. Believe me, an absolute gentleman.
What imports the nomination of this gentleman?
I mean, sir, for his weapon laid on but imputation, he is unfellowed.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's 2 of his weapons.
The king, sir, hath wagered 6 Barbary horses, against the which he is upon, as I take it, 6 French rapiers and poniards, with girdles, hangers, and so.
6 Barbary horses against 6 French swords. That's the French bet against the Danish.
The king, sir, hath laid on that in 12 passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you but 3 hits. He hath laid on but 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe his answer.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall, to please his majesty. The gentleman willing, the king hold his purpose. I will win for him if I can. If not, I gain nothing but my shame, the odd hits.
My duty to your lordship.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went to France, I have been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds. thou wouldst not think how ill all's been about my heart. But it is no matter.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit.
No, not a whit. We defy augury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. Be now, 'tis not to come. Be not to come, it will be now. Be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all.
Hamlet, take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I've done you wrong, but pardon it as you are a gentleman. This presence knows, and you must needs have heard, how I am punished with a sore distraction. What I have done, I here proclaim, was madness. Was Hamlet wrong, Laertes? Never Hamlet. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from a purpose evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I've shot the arrow in my house and hurt my brother.
I receive your offered love as love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely. And will this brother's wager frankly play? Come on, give us the foils.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes. In mine ignorance, your skill shall like a star in the darkest night stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds of the weaker side.
I do not fear it, since he has been bettered, therefore, odds.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well. These foils have all in.
Aye, my good lord.
Let us begin. And you, the judge, bear a wary eye.
Come on, sir.
Come, my lord.
What? No! Judgment!
I hit a very palpable hit.
Well, again!
Stay. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Give him the cup.
Set it by a while. I'll play this bout first. Come. Another hit, what say you?
A touch I do best.
Our son shall win.
Here, Hamlet, take my napkin and wipe my brows.
Madam!
The cream carouses to thy fortune.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It's the poison cup. It's too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Let me wipe my brows.
I will hit him now.
I do not think it.
And yet 'tis almost against my conscience.
Come to the third, Laertes. You but down. I pray you pass with your best violence. I'm afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so. Come on. Back you there.
Caught them, they are incensed.
Hey, come, again.
Look to the queen there. Oh! They bleed on both sides.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, my sweet Hamlet, no. The drink. It is poison. I am poison.
Yelaney! Oh! Let the door be locked! Treachery! Seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. There is no medicine in the world that can do thee good. The treacherous instrument is in your hand, unbaited and envenomed. Lo, the foul practice hath turned itself on me. Here I lie, never to rise again. The queen is poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
Point and venom too? then venom to thy work! Treason! Treason! Thou incestuous, murderous, damned dame, drink of this poison! Is thy union here? Follow my mother!
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Come, noble Hamlet, exchange forgiveness with me. Mine and my father's death come not on thee, nor thine on me. Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio.
Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfying.
No, never believe it. I am yet more an antique Roman than a Dane. Is it some liquor left?
Let go, by heaven. Good Horatio, on a wounded name, things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. If ever didst thou hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Die, Horatio. The potent poison quite outgrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. Flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
The last performance of Hamlet in Sachem. Can't find Sachem unless you look under Holbrook. But we're at the Sachem Library. Last performance of Hamlet. I'm with Mark. Final thoughts from this run of Hamlet?
I got wasted last night and puked in my backyard. My mother's going to be a little upset because I puked on her flowers. It was a good run. We did a great show. We had a great director and a wonderful cast.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Good run of the show. Great cast, love the people, and hope to do it again someday, even though this is the last show. But, see ya.
What was your most uncomfortable moment?
Now. Expose.
Experience from this Hamlet run. Very simply put, hands apt, thoughts black. This is the American translation of the Scotch, by the way. Any uncomfortable moments? Any uncomfortable moments? Coming out at Caumsett State Park for the first time and having the sun in my eyes for the first part of the show. Only when I turn left. Yes. Never go swimming until an hour after you've eaten. That's for the young people that may be watching this. I'm just trying to help.
Longer than 2 weeks. First time too, Mark is coming at me with the camera.
So what's your favorite experience from this Hamlet experience?
Just working with our Hamlet, Brendan, because it's the first time that I've actually been able to get Elizabethan verse out of my mouth and make it sound like I'm actually talking rather than reciting.
And what was the most uncomfortable moment you've had in the show?
Oh, how many of those have there been? Most uncomfortable, probably in rehearsal when one of those moments when I knew I was making the wrong move, I was doing the wrong thing. It was obvious to everybody, just this big silence that you're kind of waiting for the 50-ton anvil to drop out of the ceiling and squash you and get it over with. And it doesn't show up yet, so...
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, anytime.